All right, so here's where we're going. My team, because they love to torture me, heard our discussion about NPR's Up First this morning and went back and cut the bit about Renee Good's Pinterest. Would you listen to this?
Well, a reporter from the Minnesota Star-Tribune spoke with Good's mother. She described her as the kindest person she's ever known, said she was not involved in any kind of anti-government activity. Good was the mother of 3 kids. The youngest is about 6 years old. We know she had a home repair business with her wife in Kansas City. We also found what appears to be her Pinterest page. And, that page, to put it simply, is filled with the things of a normal human life. Ideas for recipes and haircuts, plans for a garden, and tips on parenting, like how to soothe a child's anxiety and fun things to do with them in the summer.
Jesse, that's it. And listen. The New York Post has an explosive report out today that talks about how this woman Good was an anti-ICE warrior who was part of a group of activists who worked to document and resist the ISIS crackdown in Minnesota. She moved to the city last year. She linked up with the anti-ICE activists through her 6-year-old son's woke charter school, which boasts that it puts social justice first and involves kids in political and social activism. She was a warrior. She died doing what was right. A mother named Lisa, whose child attends the same school, told the Post. They say that she was trained against ICE agents, what to do, what not to do. It's a very thorough training, says Lisa. Is it to listen to commands, know your rights, whistle when you see the ICE agents, and so on? She was doing everything right. Not last but not least, these Goods, Renee and her wife, had no love lost for President Trump, leaving their Kansas City, Missouri neighborhood to move to Canada after the 2024 election with plans to leave the country for good. They lived there for a few months before settling into Minneapolis, said a former neighbor. So this woman who's she's just about the recipes, Jess. That's it. Just loves her recipes. Was a freaking ICE-trained agitator.
Can you imagine how disgusting her recipes must have been? There's no way that woman was a good cook. There's no way. That's one. 2, I think normal people would be shocked to discover the level of professionalism these communist warriors, you know what, I'll use their term because that's how they see themselves. Normal people, even politically active people who go vote in primary elections and get involved in elections, do not really realize the level of organization and sophistication of the communists in the United States of America. And it's always been this way. And let's remember, we have elected officials like Karen Bass, mayor of Los Angeles, America's second biggest city, traveled routinely to Cuba for communist training. Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota, traveled to China about 8,000 times. Nothing shady going on there. If you talk to any former communist street animal in this country, and I've talked to many, they will discuss classes, courses. They have retreats. We don't do this kind of stuff on the right. If anything, and I ran for Congress twice and lost twice, but you gather people up for 5 minutes on a Saturday and say, here's your list, and please be polite, and here's some bumper stickers to hand out, and go knock on some doors, and have a good time, everybody. God bless, gather around for a prayer. That's the extent of our training on the right. Communists don't do this. They have whiteboards. This is what you're allowed to do. This is how you can impede if you do this. And beyond that, Megyn, I know you know about this because I know you've talked about this. They have phone numbers you can call if you do take things too far and get yourself in handcuffs, where you can call a number and somebody will post bail on your behalf. It is a level of, it's an army. It's a guerrilla army operating inside of our borders. It doesn't want you to know that. So whenever one of them takes it too far and gets shot, you have to talk about her Pinterest page on NPR. Just a loving mother and poet who made a lovely kale salad. But in reality, that woman was trained and most likely paid.
Honestly, I am sorry that Renee Good is no longer with us. I genuinely am. I'm sorry for her family, for her children, but it is because of her own choices. That's just the harsh reality. She made really, really terrible decisions. And now this just in, Jesse, we'd been asking yesterday, along with many others, where is the videotape from the cop? Because I'm not going to name the cop right now. His name is out there, but I don't want him doxxed. It's not important right now what his name is. By the way, he's an Iraq war veteran. He has a family of his own. And again, he was dragged just last June by an illegal while he was trying to arrest him in ICE, a child molester, to save people like Renee Good's children. So he had reason to fear these cars. So he took out his cell phone and he was videotaping this whole encounter. And we asked ourselves in our audience yesterday, where's that tape? Well, guess what? Alpha News just got it. And they're amazing. They're in Minneapolis and in Minnesota. They've done great reporting on the whole Derek Chauvin case. And here it is. We're going to play it for you. This is the vantage point from the cop leading up to the moments of the confrontation. He's getting out of his car. You can see him approaching the maroon SUV. She's behind the wheel.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning.
That's her talking. I'm not mad.
It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking guy. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch.
This is the wife.
Boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the
She's
car.
getting in. Whoa! Here it goes. Let's re-rack that. Let's re-rack the very last part and we'll play it again. But Jesse, what we see there is her wife antagonizing ICE. This was obviously part of an op. She's filming them. She's trying to upset them. And I didn't realize the wife was trying to get into the car at the time Renee Good steps on the accelerator and hits the cop. Let's watch it again.
It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking guy. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa! I mean, you can hear the collision. You can hear her hit him. And by the way, Jesse, if you slow it down and you look at the screen grab of Renee Good's face, you can see she saw him. She's looking right at him. I mean, we have it here. You'd have to zoom in, but I did it on my phone. She clearly saw the officer and accelerated. I don't know that she wanted to run him over. I don't know what she intended, but it doesn't matter. What he saw was a dangerous instrumentality about to kill him. And that is why he opened fire. Your thoughts on it?
Now she's dead. I just think it's so sad. But these are this is you start doing drugs. Please don't start doing drugs, Megyn. Not that I'm concerned for you, but you start doing drugs, heroin. It's something terrible like that. You make choices, bad choices. They lead to other bad choices, which leads to other bad choices. And one day those choices get you killed. I've made a bunch of terrible choices in my life, many of which could have gotten me killed. And by the grace of God, I'm still here. But that's a woman who knows the whole background of how she got involved in communist politics, all the meetings, all the training, all the this or that, her and her wife. And they led her to Minnesota one day, and now she's gone. She'll never see the age of 38. And the terrible tragedy, as we talked about in the first hour, is the communist leadership that encourages these people, organizes these people, pays these people, billionaires, people in the media, Democrat politicians. They won't change their ways today, Megyn. There's no humanity in it for them. They're not sorry at all. They'll send a bunch of other poor idiot dregs out to die again today and tomorrow and the next day. They'll kill the whole world if it means money and power for themselves. Yeah, it's
like 6 or 8 months ago. Remember, they said more people need to die. We need to cause more chaos and more people need to die to get attention to our issues. Well, Renee Good was sacrificed in that battle. Here's a closer image of her face while driving the car into the officer. I mean, it's clear she's looking at the camera. She obviously saw him and put her foot on the gas and pressed. It doesn't matter what her motivation was. I don't care whether she was trying to run him over or trying to escape. All that matters was the perspective of the officer, and a reasonable officer in the same position. Would they reasonably fear for their safety or the safety of others? And by the way, the other cop's arm was in the car. She was trying to take off. And the answer is obviously yes. A new year means new financial goals, like making sure your savings are secure and diversified. Will this be the year you decide to talk to someone from Birch Gold Group? They use an educational approach with a deep understanding of macroeconomics. There are forces pushing the dollar lower and gold higher, which is why they believe every American should own physical gold. So until January 30th, until January 30th. If you're a first-time gold buyer, Birch Gold is offering a rebate of up to $10,000 on qualifying purchases. To claim eligibility and start the process, you just text MK to the number 989898. Birch Gold can help you roll an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and you are still eligible for a rebate of up to $10,000. Consider making right now your first time to buy gold and take advantage of a rebate up to $10,000 when you buy before January 30th. Text MK to the number 989898. Claim your eligibility today. Again, text MK to 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.